So, what next after your PhD? If you're not sure which career path you should take after completing your PhD, perhaps you should watch the rest of this video to find out. Hello, my name is Dr. Miranda and I'm an academic mentor. On this video, I'm going to share with you some of the career paths or options that are available to you if you have completed your PhD or are about to complete your PhD, or even if you are still on that journey, just to have an open mind, open perspectives to you and the options that can be helpful by the time you complete your PhD. So, what is the first thought that comes to mind? I'm sure you'll agree with me that a lot of PhD candidates, doctoral students, and doctoral candidates tend to think that when you finish your PhD, the intention would be or should be to enter the academia industry or the academic space, which is really not true. There are many other options that are available, and I'm going to be sharing these with you. So, let's start with the first one. If you are just completing your PhD and you are not already in the industry and you're unsure of which path you should take, I would say consider doing a postdoc. And when you decide to go for a postdoc, if you are not intending to go into academia, I don't know if that is very helpful to you. I would say not so much, but this is a space in which you can continue to learn more about your field, where the field in which you conducted research, and you'll be able to work under a scientist or a professor, and they'll be able to mentor you, but also you will be assigned tasks from ranging from conducting research, maybe in a lab or in a university setup, or it can even be in an organization which is really not a university setup kind of, but you get to conduct research, you get to conduct other tasks that are assigned to you, most likely teaching, so you might be required to do, teaching or lecture, some classes, and other maybe administrative tasks, depending on the institution and your field, right? And this is something you can do, I think, in between 1 to 3 years. And so that is a good space for you to just, also try to see if you want to fit into the academic setup, right? And it will also just bring you abreast to what is happening in the field, in your field, in the research around your area, or the field that you actually conducted your research in. So you want to do a postdoc. And if you are planning to be or to become a college professor or lecturer, sometimes it's very, very difficult to get those positions, because unless really something, has really gone wrong, lectures tend to stay long with these institutions and openings are not so frequent. So while you wait out and you send out applications, you could be doing a postdoc, as opposed to just, staying at home and not doing much. So that's one option that you can go. Option number 2, which is now, academia. If you are planning to become a college professor, a university lecturer, or something in those lines, then this is an option that is available to you. And if you have done a postdoc, that could be a plus as well. You see that sometimes when they're advertising for these positions in academic institutions, they would say a postdoc is an added advantage. So you could try out those. There are so many institutions out there who are waiting actually to, to have your impact in the institution. So try out, apply for these positions, put yourself also in that space. You can, for example, attend conferences so that you network with people with, who are like-minded, but also industry experts who are already in the industry. You never know, right? So you can go into academia and, become a college professor. Now, when you go into academia and you are planning to be a college professor or a university lecturer, it could be that you are only interested in teaching. So most likely you'll be a lecturer and your focus will be on teaching. But there are those academics who are into research, right? So they will conduct research. They could also lecture. So there is what we call a hybrid kind of model, where you do lecturing but you also conduct research. So it depends really on the institution, and also what speaks to you. What is your passion? Do you want to lecture more than you want to conduct research, or vice versa? Or can you do both? And then you would do like a hybrid model. So if you're thinking in the academic space, those are the two options that you can look up to. Number 3, who says you cannot open a business? Who says you cannot become an entrepreneur, as a PhD graduate? Of course you can. So you can go into consulting. And when you open your business, you have more prospects to earn more, actually, than from being a college professor. Even though we know that sometimes money is not everything, right? So it depends on what you want or what works for you. So you can look at, setting up your own consulting business or practice, where you will be able to use the skills that you have acquired while, pursuing your PhD. And you can save, in different industries, right? So that is an option that is available to you. The fourth option is to join the industry. That is, if you're not yet, employed in the industry, you want to be looking out for these positions, right? And there's so many, openings that may be available to you. So you just need to be open-minded, but also be abreast with what is happening, be on the lookout for positions, and try applying to those positions and see what comes up. You have an opportunity to help those organizations to have an impact. Remember, the skills that you have acquired are at the highest level, so it is hoped, so that you can be able to join an organization and help them achieve their objectives and even beyond. So that is an option that is also available to you. You can also work for the government. Government also looks for people who are highly skilled, and you have that skill that you can help your government in the different sectors or in the different ministries to obtain or to have the impact that they are looking to have on their different mandates. So this is an option that is also available to you. Don't shy out. I see a lot of people, when they're looking out for positions after they've completed the PhD, they rarely look at government jobs. But that is an option that you can also try out. You never know, So it's really about putting yourself out there. Attend conferences, network. Even if you are not presenting, for example, at a conference, but you want to go there and take advantage of networking. You never know. This could be a door that would open, for you to explore. You can also, now this is also linked, I think this is the 5th one. It is also linked more to academia, when you can, become or look for openings or positions on the editorial committee of academic journals. So you could become a peer reviewer, for example, of a particular journal. And that also keeps you in the academic space. It keeps you, up to date of what is happening, because you will be reviewing these academic journals that are supposed to be investigating current and very relevant, topics. And you are able to actually guide and give your take on how that journal has been presented. Did they follow the guidelines? What do you think they need to improve on? So that is a plus. especially in the academic setup. So there are so many things that you can do not related to academia. So you can be in the industry, you can join the government, you can start your business, like I said, but you can also do a hybrid, because you can be a lecturer and still be working, for an organization. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, you just have to be transparent about what you're doing with the institutions that employ you. Sometimes, even if you are employed in academia, it's not a full-time basis. So you might be a part-time lecturer, for example, but you have all this space, you have all this time that you can actually pursue other options. So look at the hybrid models that can work for you. You can work in the industry while you're also running your own business. You can be a college professor while you are also a peer reviewer, for example. So all these are possibilities open to us. So don't feel kind of intimidated to go for even industries that might not really be related to you. What matters is the skill that you have acquired, that has been imparted in you, that you can be able to disseminate, but also help the organizations, the business that you are working for, or your own business, or the people that you interact with. You can also, sometimes you try all these things and nothing is working out. So volunteer to teach, volunteer to lecture, volunteer to mentor students in different institutions. That will give you, the ability and the experience that you need for when the time comes, to be able to execute your task. But also it gives you an opportunity to gauge whether really this is what you want to do. Do you want to work in the industry? Do you want to open your business? So you can try out all these things, and if it doesn't work, move on to something else. I know of a professor that went to school with me, and she did computer science, and she was an A student, graduated 4.0 in computer science. Later on, she changed for various reasons, and now she's a PhD graduate in marketing, and she's a university professor in the US. So sometimes, and when I discovered this, because we had not been in contact for many years, I asked her what caused that change, or what prompted that change. And she said, when we finished our first degrees, she worked in the industry in computer science, and she discovered that is not what she wanted to do. She wasn't passionate about it. So she decided to pursue her passion. And now she's working in academia. She's very happy, well established. She's a professor now. And it worked out well. So sometimes when you offer your services, whether as a volunteer, to mentor, to lecture, or to help in research, even if there's no remuneration, it gives you the opportunity to discover if this is really what you want to do, or it will actually be an alert to you to say, maybe you need to try something else. So go out there, be confident, put yourselves out, and I am sure that you will find the best option for you. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in our next one. Go and look for that opportunity that is best suited for you. Bye.
What can you do, Jesus?